The Middle East is once again standing on the edge of a major war. The United States has reportedly launched new strikes connected to Iran despite talks of ceasefire and diplomacy. But why is Washington attacking again? Is this about nuclear weapons, oil routes, Israel, or global power politics? And most importantly, could this conflict trigger a wider regional war involving the Gulf, Israel, Pakistan, China, or even Russia? Today, we will break down what exactly happened, why tensions are exploding, again America's strategic goals, Iran's possible response, impact on oil prices and global economy, and what this means for the future of the Middle East. Welcome to Knowledge. Suitcase. According to recent reports, the United States carried out military strikes targeting Iranian-linked missile positions and naval assets near the Strait of Hormuz. The US claims these were defensive strikes. Washington says Iran was threatening American troops and international shipping routes, but Iran strongly rejects the accusations. Tehran says the US is once again violating regional sovereignty and escalating tensions deliberately. This comes after months of fragile ceasefire discussions and indirect negotiations. Many experts believed both countries wanted to avoid direct confrontation, but now the situation appears to be spiraling again, and the timing is extremely important. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the most important waterways on Earth. Nearly one-fifth of global oil trade passes through this narrow sea route. Countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, Kuwait, Iraq depend heavily on it for exporting oil. If this route gets blocked or destabilized, oil prices can skyrocket globally within hours. That is why the US Navy maintains a massive presence in the Gulf region. America sees the protection of Hormuz as a strategic priority, but Iran also sees the strait as leverage. Whenever tensions rise, Tehran signals that it can disrupt shipping if pushed too far. This creates a dangerous balance of pressure, and now that balance is shaking again. The US has multiple reasons for confronting Iran. 1. Nuclear concerns. Washington fears Iran could move closer to nuclear weapons capability. Iran insists its nuclear program is peaceful, but the US and Israel remain deeply suspicious. 1. The regional influence. Iran has influence across Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Yemen through allied groups and militias. America and Israel believe Iran's regional network threatens their strategic interest. 1. Israel factor. Israel views Iran as its biggest security threat. Many analysts believe US policy in the Middle East is closely connected with Israeli security calculations. Whenever Iran becomes stronger militarily or politically, pressure from Washington often increases. 1. Global power competition. This conflict is not just regional anymore. Iran has growing ties with China, Russia. Iran is becoming part of a larger anti-Western geopolitical alignment. That makes Washington even more concerned. Iran may not respond in a conventional full-scale war immediately. Instead, Tehran often uses asymmetric strategies. Possible responses include missile pressure. Iran possesses a large missile arsenal capable of targeting regional bases. Naval disruption. Iran could harass or pressure shipping near Hormuz. Proxy escalation. Groups aligned with Iran across the region could increase attacks on US or allied interest. Cyber warfare. Iran has also invested heavily in cyber capabilities, but Iran must calculate carefully. A direct all-out war with the US could be devastating economically and militarily, so Tehran may prefer controlled escalation instead of total war. Whenever US-Iran tensions rise, the entire world feels the impact. Oil prices. Even rumors of conflict can increase oil prices instantly. Higher oil means expensive fuel, inflation, economic pressure worldwide. Global shipping companies may avoid dangerous routes. This disrupts international trade. Regional instability. Countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Iraq all become nervous during such escalations. Impact on Pakistan. Pakistan faces a very delicate situation. Why? Because Pakistan has relations with the US, border ties with Iran, strategic cooperation with China, and regional security concerns. Pakistan usually tries to stay neutral, but any large-scale regional war could affect economy, oil imports, border security, and internal stability. Right now, neither America nor Iran may want a full-scale war, but history shows something dangerous. Sometimes wars start not because leaders want them, but because escalation goes out of control. One strike leads to retaliation leads to another strike, and suddenly diplomacy collapses. That is the biggest fear today. The Middle East is already unstable after years of Syria conflict, Gaza war, Red Sea tensions, and global polarization, another major war could reshape the entire region. The latest US strikes on Iran are not just isolated military actions, they are part of a much larger geopolitical struggle involving oil security, Israel, China, Russia, and the future balance of power in the Middle East. The coming weeks will be critical. Will diplomacy survive, or is the region moving toward another dangerous chapter? Only time will tell. If you enjoyed this analysis, subscribe to Knowledge Suitcase for deep geopolitical and strategic content. Comment below, do you think this conflict will remain limited or could it trigger a larger regional war? Like, share, and subscribe.